welcome back to Thek-talks podcast. I'm Thek Wright, your host, and thank you so much for coming by again. If you are new here, thank you and welcome for stopping by. I hope this blesses you and encourages you, for that is my intention for you today, is to at least have this intact with you, wherever you are and whatever you're doing, that you've got a little gold nugget to have and to hold. That's what I pray for you anyway. So yes, we are in our book. We're doing chapter a week in Perfect Love by Joyce Meyer. We're in chapter 18. It says, "What shall we do about sin?" That's a good question. She says on here on the very first page of the chapter, she says, "I believe we must hate it just as God does, and that we must resist it steadfastly in the power of the Holy Spirit." And then I'm going to just kind of drop down. Although we should hate sin, we should never hate ourselves because we sin. God hates sin, but he loves sinners. And that is something that I want to make sure that everyone is clear on. I know that some people are very judgmental and they judge people with their actions and their past and stuff like that. But that's not exactly who they are. I kind of look at it like this. My son, he's 6 right now. Well, I've got 3 kids, but my one that I'm talking about, my middle child, he does sometimes do bad, and he starts feeling bad about doing bad, and he starts having this little bit of a negative self-talk, out loud to me, and I'm like, no, you made a bad choice, but that doesn't mean you're a bad boy. And I felt like the Lord was saying that to me, and I'm just sharing that as a reminder to you. You have probably made some really bad choices. We all have been there, done that, and maybe even received bad choices, inherited some bad choices from someone else. But we have to remind each other and ourselves that though it is very hard, and sometimes it's very hard to love yourself because of your past, I get it, but we have to remind ourselves, if God can see past that and love you, then who's to say we should as well? Okay, let's go on to, I like this one here, page 204, this highlighted moment. No problem is really a problem as long as there is an answer for it. Not only have we fallen short of the glory of God, but according to Romans 3:23, we are currently falling short. This indicates it is a continual problem. Yet Jesus is continually at the right hand of the Father, making intercession for us. So this continual problem of sin has a continual and uninterrupted answer. Hallelujah. And that was so comforting to me, because I think, yes, I agree. We all have problems, and we fix our eyes on problems rather than maybe going to God for the solution. And maybe even we try really hard to fix it ourselves, which I understand that. We all like to try to fix it ourselves. But I find it way, way better when even the littlest thing, I'll say, okay, God, I know this is really small, but can you just guide my hand through this? Can you just guide me through this? Can you maybe even bring joy in the moment of me figuring this out? How are you going to help me? I don't know. But just keeping that open will help keep the Holy Spirit flowing in you and helping you create a solution. So that's great. No more problems, right? No more problems. Only solutions. Okay. Let's see. I have I have written down that I want to go to page 2. Okay, yeah, 208, followed along to the other side on 209. My highlighted moment for you is, many people don't know themselves at all, and they think more highly of themselves than they should. I can remember seeing others give in to temptation and thinking pridefully, I would never do that. But when I was tested by my circumstances, I found that I had weaknesses I did not know I had. Getting to know my weaknesses allows me to pray ahead of time for God's continual strength in resisting them. The more we lean in on God, the more victory we will enjoy. And I liked that she was transparent here, and that pride can trip us up for real. But then being that she was honest with herself and she understood her weakness, that I think it's cool that God pointed out, well, since you already know this, then you know how to pray ahead of time. I was like, yeah, we should heed that advice. We'll pray ahead of time, especially if you already know your weakness, right? Okay, page 210. What do I have here? Okay. Oh, yeah. And it follows by 211. I'll read my highlighted here. The moment we think I would never do that is the moment we invite the devil into our lives to embarrass and shock us with our own behavior. We are to avoid even the very appearance of evil. 1 Thessalonians 5:22. We should live carefully, not fearfully, but carefully. And then real quick, down at the bottom of 211, all real problems start in the mind. I like that too. So that was a good reminder for me as well. It's a good reminder for all of us. All right. Well, that's all I have for you today. Thank you for taking the time, and I pray that you have a great rest of the week, and I'll see you next time. Remember, give yourself permission to be embraced by grace. See you later. Bye-bye.